the entire time you guys are planning, it's just how in the corner with like the globe decanter, just pouring like tiny little glasses of bourbon, shooting them.
Royal bourbon, so much better.
So you guys do know that I have a Fae patron. How I got my powers is through someone with in the Fae. It is also the reason I would have told you why we were going to the Fae and all that kind of stuff. And the fact that we were having to go up against the guy that he doesn't want there anymore, basically. Inform them that some of my patrons, little guys, I'm gonna like let them know that I heard him say my liege. I think he got moved from explain the hierarchy and how he got moved, and I'm like, that's a little weird.
Let's just since the court jester has no power whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how that happened.
Roll Arcana as you guys are just discussing this.
Ouch.
20.
Do you mention your patron's name?
Sure. I think it would be a very good thing for everybody to know. Oberon. Oberon?
Oberon.
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 Oberon 7.
Oberon
Okay.
7.
What did you get?
I got 5.
Okay,
no,
well,
sorry, 8.
That tracks with what you've known up till now. You've heard of Oberon. He's the king of the Sealy Court. Has been for over 2 centuries.
The Sealy Court?
Sealy Court, all the Fae,
Really?
all the Pixies,
What
all the
did
Satyrs.
you do?
Yeah. He's top dog.
We're fucked.
Has been known to topple governments as a joke.
Did I do a bad thing?
It's okay. You
In
just
the
didn't
words,
know.
in the words of Pete, what did you do?
Yeah.
You were gonna go in the Fae to fuck with that monstrosity?
No, we were gonna go into the Fae to fuck with probably the guy that's doing some sort of resistance or something. I don't know. He's part of the Fae. That's what they do. They're shit eaters.
I take offense to that.
In a nice way.
We're all like sitting like.
Are you still on the line? Sorry.
You never said over.
Or hung up.
And like, that's what they do. They're like, it's part of their nature to be like this.
So how do we find these Fae creatures?
Alright, so you got your dude in your head.
Because none of my detectable stuff's gonna detect any of them.
Yeah. You wanna ask you wanna make a phone call and ask what we're gonna do about this?
Yeah.
Is this a resistance? Is this part of the other dude's resistance of the dude we're supposed to kill?
So it sounds like my patron, he enjoys doing funny shit. But for the most part, it is not the try and strangle people to turn purple. It is,
Sorry.
from what we have seen and what he has done so far, he just wants to laugh.
Right.
He wants me to make kids shit themselves when he's bringing milk and stuff like that. That's what he wants. I don't think he's gonna go, like, he literally said that all of his people have specific orders not to harm.
I was asking if he knows who these other fairies are.
Yeah. Does he know where these?
I forgot. I
Is
don't
it
have.
part of the resistance against him?
I don't have his name written down either.
It's never been stated.
Make the
It
phone
hasn't.
call. He's in your head, right?
Anyways, the same guy that gave the
Werewolf.
he was in control of the werewolf.
Right.
It was that patron, his patron, the werewolf's patron. Anyways, I will ask my patron, whose guys are these?
Oh, some jacked off.
Is that his name?
I mean, his name's Jack.
Oh.
There's like 8 more syllables, but we don't deal with that.
Is the last name off?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. It's would you help your uncle jack off a horse?
Cute.
Cute.
You had questions?
Yeah. What's a good way of finding, seeing everybody, and telling the difference between your and them?
Oh, I've given my person strict orders to just, mess with the back of your head.
Cool.
So, don't worry about them. They'll figure it out.
Okay, what's an easy way of getting rid of these guys?
Well, I mean, they love a good joke.
So we wait for them to laugh and then we smack them out of the air?
I mean, however you want to do it, it's up to you. You kind of have to hone your skill in this, especially if you're going to take off, jack off, but that's kind of your deal. I need you to take care of them. I'm not going to hold your hand through the whole process. And I'm not going to tell you all the secrets of the Fae either. I give you the power, you have to use it. I'm going breaking magic here for the sake of a few good jokes.
I'm just gonna walk my fire spear throughout the whole castle.
Hey, that'd be funny.
Do you relay any information to us?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay, so
Cliff notes.
okay.
Basically, the fact that he's not giving me anything because obviously he wants to play shit.
So if you relay it to us, the way I would interpret it is that we have to do something funny to expose them.
Basically.
Because they'll get drawn to something that's fucking hilarious. As weird as it sounds, basically we need to pull some fucking pranks around the castle or whatever, something that'll make them laugh, like poisoning people or graffiti and basically let's look at the shit that they've done and we start implementing the same thing and it'll expose them because they'll get drawn to it. Does that sound like something that he was trying to say?
Or we can do the complete opposite and act super hoity-toity and then they have to come fuck with us. And they're like, oh, we can't be dealing with that. They definitely have to get knocked down a peg. And then they have to come down and go,
I like that.
ooh,
Temper
we're
goes,
gonna fuck with
why
him.
not both?
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of us that can be invisible and then the other two that are like, why aren't you doing your work? Hold on.
I volunteered to be the funny man. I have excellent sense of humor files.
Okay,
Here a little.
so I guess are we allowed to take while we're planning? Are we allowed to take a rest?
You can take a short rest, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Which
He
means
never said how long. He just said that we have to be working on it.
fair. Short rest will give you however many hit dice. You see under current hit points, under temporary hit points, you have hit dice. That should be equivalent to your level at this point. You can use those and you get half of your proficiency modifier of those back every long rest. But you can use them right now to regain hit points. And Mr. Warlock here gets his spells back.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I only need a short rest.
So long as you've not used any of the Pearls of Power. Pearls of Power go after a long rest. Remember you doubled your spell capacity?
To 8? I don't know where I wrote that down. I wrote Pearls of Power somewhere.
Back of the first sheet. I'd put it on there if I
Yeah.
were.
2x Pearl of Power. So 1 Pearl of Power gives me 2?
No. Each Pearl of Power gives you 1 third level spell slot.
Okay.
Temper has 3 of them. Because you guys get full of holes.
That's just me. Wait, what's the next
Yeah, I
level?
didn't use my Pearl of Powers.
What's our next level?
23,000 experience.
Damn.
You're at 19,000.
Okay, I'm rolling my, Ooh. 9... 16.
road stuff. Are those oranges?
21.
Oh. I mean, him.
Mango.
Oh. They look really orange on top of that box for some reason.
Yeah, comparison. I like
Wow.
that one.
And full health.
Okay, so what's the plan? Temper is gonna try and. Temper tries to volunteer for the funny man joke dude. Are you guys gonna allow that?
I laugh every single time I hear him, so.
So, can I do stealth and start going around the castle and like pranking shit?
You wanna go
fucking with
solo?
people? We have communication earrings. I'll let you know if I find some.
Okay. Roll an investigation. Roll stealth first. If you get
Okay.
over a 15, I will give you advantage on the investigation.
So, I guess this one's not gonna count. I'm not gonna count that because it was a natural 20. Stealth. So. Got 15.
Perfect. So you get advantage on your investigation check.
Do I roll for
twice.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
roll twice.
I'm gonna roll this correct.
So he's off doing research.
And
12.
I'm like, okay. I don't know what you want to do, Thammek.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
And
I'm like,
And you said investigation.
Correct.
Investigation. So I got 12.
Okay.
time to put all my fucking nobility to work. Fucking straighten out my shirt. Get it all straightened up. Like, twist my hat a little bit and
Remind me.
like
a
I
little
go into
bit.
like full attire.
You'll
like,
get something out of that.
nobility attire.
Sure. Yeah.
Can I get that picture?
I'm on full nobility and I'm gonna have a fucking stick shoved up my ass for the next 3 hours.
I'm not sure I'm gonna.
Spells. What kind of spells you got? Once he realizes that he's actually going to be the straight man, like people are actually going to let him do that, he starts. Temper starts using his.
The straight man?
He's going to be the funny man.
Oh yeah.
You
know, if it doesn't work, we change our methods.
Yeah, why not? He starts doing his forge artisan ability. So over the course of the hour that you guys are resting, he starts. He has a handfuls of ball bearings, and in between, you actually see fire start to come out from his eyes, and little trickles of flame start merging with the ball bearings as they float in the air. You start seeing one spiderwebby kind of fractal metal framework start being formed, about the size of a large pizza.
I don't see this.
Yeah, you're off doing stuff.
And then do I need to roll perception while I'm doing my pranking?
So,
Because I'm gonna like do I'm assuming like I'm gonna do a prank and then I'm gonna be like,
Put saran wrap. I'm gonna put saran wrap on all the toilets in the.
devious. Okay.
I don't know how people do that. Can you not see the shiny reflection when?
Not if you're not paying attention and it's dark in the middle of the night.
I guess.
Anyway, a lot of people don't pay as much attention as they should. Okay, so you're getting all straight laced. Temper's building this weird framework thing. What are you doing?
Told you, put saran wrap on all the toilets.
Where are you getting this saran wrap, plastic man?
Yeah. Where plastic doesn't exist.
Are you going to use the bones of your ancestors and close relations through a time warp 28,000 years in the future?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna support since funny, serious, and I'll be serious. I'm gonna walk around him like I'm his.
Manservant.
give me a little bit more of a entourage.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk behind him and kind of.
Were you not listening to him?
Kind of like bodyguard, Moorish, I think, but very serious, like pushing.
The servant walks by. How dare you get so close?
Whack.
I'm gonna go inform Sir Nathaniel and be like, we have a method that we think is gonna work, and it's two extremes. Basically, trying to bring them to us so that we can get rid of them. But the way of doing that has a lot to do with the stuff going on in the castle. So, one, I'm gonna go around and start bossing people around. You know, we gotta clean this, make sure that Sir Nathaniel's pictures aren't messed around with, you know, all this kind of stuff. And then there's gonna be other people playing more tricks on other
cleaning
people.
the pictures.
Start reversing the graffiti, etc.
Yeah, and then at the other side of our group is going to continue and try and like
To harass the
basically,
staff.
yes, they're going to start harassing people. Obviously, they're not going to be doing the exact same stuff, but you know, people might get pantsed.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Meanwhile, while you're doing this, Temper is going to roll a tinker check. He's got this massive snowflake-looking thing, really, really thin. Some parts are rigid, some parts appear to be like chain, so like you 3D print a chain. So that sort of scenario where it's all one piece, but he's going to try and start breaking things off in a very specific pattern. 9 plus 5 for Tinker is a 14. So he's able to get most of what he wants out of it. And he says, wait here. Which hallway do you intend to clean?
That one.
Affirmative. And he goes down there, says, wait 5 minutes.
Okay. I think I am definitely going a lot longer than 5 minutes because I gotta gather the staff.
Yeah, and you're going chong, 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 down the hall.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be like, everybody, we are starting in front of Sir Nathaniel. We need to get it so that whenever he leaves, the space will be clean.
The space will be clean.
You a hype man or a church man? Straight to hell!
No, not like that. But like I kind of I'm
You're hyping him up.
I'm repeating the last few words that he says.
Oh my gosh, you're one of those.
That's why I like him.
Oh gosh. Must be clean!
Must be clean!
Continue. They're all, yes sir, yes, quiet, yes, uh-huh.
That sounded like John F. Kennedy. Just for a slight second, it sounded like John F. Kennedy. I will be clean. By the way you said it, it sounded like John F. Kennedy.
We will clean it in the hallways, we will clean it in the bathrooms.
And we will succeed.
Is that Churchill or Patterson?
John F. Kennedy?
No, we will fight them in the trenches, we will fight them in the fields.
That's Dr. Seuss.
Okay.
I will not eat it in a car. I will not eat it here.
At the bar. At the bar. It's for drinking, not for the eating. How are you unleashing these people?
As orderly as possible.
Okay, so
All the women on the right side.
Women on the right.
the left side.
Men on the left.
yep.
I'm like talking so taller than him, so I'm talking over him.
I can imagine you because I'm only like 4'5". He's standing behind me like exact my like.
Air stewardess, but angry.
Dude, I'm like.
Yeah, so everyone's a little confused because you're getting, as you're saying, men on the right and women on the, he's saying men on the right, like there's a 2-second delay. So you're getting men on the left, right? And men on the left. So there's this kind of like, shuffle.
So, okay, I'm gonna be specifically saying stuff like in a toned down manner, and I'm gonna let him do the on the right.
Okay, so as everyone's like getting to their positions in the left or the right, you hear the sound of a suit of armor falling. And oh shoot, no, scoot. And you hear the sound of like metal being like shuffled along the ground, and then a door slams, followed by with the squeaks.
Oh.
His armor. He has disadvantage on stealth checks, so that's how I would say it. As you kind of look down the first turn of the hallway, Temper has replaced one of the suits of armor.
And one of my communication earrings, I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing up there?
It's shouting. Check your phone, by the way.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I sent it.
And I'm all like, I'm in the kitchen, like, pranking the cooks right now. Oh, I freaking make the freaking fire, they're cooking over the fire, I'm like, boom! And they're like, ah!
Yeah. Well, they're not looking. Take the big cookbook and just throw all the paper onto it, so they get all this ash just floating everywhere in the room.
Then you take flour.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just. Like put a bunch of little cuts in it, so that when they lift it up, it just the bag.
You watch Harry Potter when the twins are repeating like "feet off the table."
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like me. Like you're like, go clean the hallway. Go clean the hallway.
I feel like that just in itself, like the fact that we're trying to be like uppity, but at the same time it's just fucking ridiculous. It's gonna get like both sides.
So you go into the first corridor. Temper is standing in place of a dark. He's in place of one of the suits of armor. That being said, because he literally looks like a suit of armor, while it is obvious, it's not necessarily out of place. Roll perception, the both of you.
Oh, you pointed at me. I thought you pointed at Zach.
No, two of you.
Wait, I get advantage. So that was 10.
That
was
less.
0. So 10.
Let's go with the 10. Alright, you see him there. It's obviously there. There you can see some scratch marks on the floor and some dust where the suit of armor was shoved into the room adjacent from him. Probably in a very untidy pile.
9.
You see the same.
Okay.
Okay. Buff out those scratches! Everyone's looking around like, who is he talking to? Were you looking or gesturing at anyone in particular? You have 5 people on five men on the left, 5 women on the right.
Men.
Okay, one of the men goes forward. You see Temper's pinky flex. As he's running over one of these rugs, the tip folds over. Not anything crazy, but enough that he catches his foot on it and just face plants.
Honestly, this is why we don't run in the halls.
And then, the rug just goes.
I say that out loud. I'm like, seriously, this is why no running. Everybody,
No running in the halls!
Yeah.
You encounter one and start following the trail of destruction. It is headed downstairs towards all the noise.
So it's attracted to the others.
At this point, yes. Ooh, that is sweet. So the first guy goes over and is starting to buff out those scratches. He pulls a rag out from under his thing. He's just furiously trying to get the scratches out. You guys can see 2 vandalized paintings. One of the suits of armor is all out of order. Right hand on the left, head backwards. The shield has been swapped with something else. And then one of the rugs has some sort of suspicious stain on it. Just a little, about that big.
Are you guys communicating anything to me at this time?
Temper is having a low he in the background that's just constant.
No, we're like, at this point, I'm like, we're cleaning the fucking hallway. Like, that's all I'm doing.
I'm going to communicate with you guys that anything that can be suspicious and or assumed to be prankish is a fairy, most likely.
That isn't us.
The slightest thing that could possibly be a fairy prank is most likely a fairy.
But the fact that somebody tripped was obviously temper.
Yeah, he's got very clear. He's
Yeah.
trying to be subtle, but his little, like move the little middle finger like a little bit is like a full-on 90-degree
Yeah.
Zeke Heil, basically.
We haven't seen anything yet that has been.
Okay, so you guys are attracting them, so keep going.
Does any? I'm gonna start layering out. As soon as you're done with this, I need you to go take care of the stain to one of the ladies.
Okay.
Go take care of the.
You go clean the stain!
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. And she's like,
Not
she starts off and around.
I'm like, not immediately. You have to finish what you're doing first.
But they're just standing in lines right now. They're waiting for orders.
Oh, I thought they were like already cleaning.
No, you've been giving very clear orders. They're waiting for
Oh.
dismissal to go about general cleaning.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So you stain. I need a man to go take care of the armor. It is heavy.
Well, it's So they both go off on a run, and then as they're passing.
No running.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We saw it happen to the last man.
So you notice that the man allows the woman to go first, and as they come up to the rug, both of them go, and then big overemphasized step over it. At which point, Temper's arm.
Very yellow in here.
Yeah. At which point, Temper's
Dude,
other
it is
hand
blinding me.
goes
Yeah.
like this. You see a very shining tripwire, just glittery. It's a tiny chain. Come up between the two of them at about knee level.
Oh.
The man who's focusing more on the ground doesn't notice it. His knee hits, his arms go out, and accidentally grabs a very sensitive part of the woman's leg. Basically grabs her butt. Which, she screams, turns around, slaps him in the face, and he's, just trying to get himself packed back up. Score 2 for Temper. He.
What I no butts!
Yeah.
Sorry, fam. Sorry.
Phil!
So, does Temper have something planned in regards to the spell to capture them all or something? Or
No, he's just causing mischief. He's having a grand old
Yeah,
time.
he's with you. We don't exactly have anything at the moment. We're just trying to get them all into one place.
Roll perception checks, both of you.
So did Temper do that?
What mean, Clayton?
Yes, he's very clearly giving motions to activate some mechanical trap.
15
15.
for me.
You. Trying to figure out the sign. There's a window open on the right side of the room. Temper's on the left. Just over his head, you can see, on the wall next to him, you can see his shadow. There's a flickering. In the shadow, only the shadow of something that should be above his head. So just above here, you can see nothing. But on the wall, you can see a sort of flickering, something angular, something kind of in that shape, but about 4 of them and moving very quickly. It's kind of a half shadow. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. What did you get?
For a 9.
Yeah, you don't see this. You're too busy watching as the manservant tries his best to recover his dignity. Good luck.
No dignity.